Although archaeology may not be everyone's idea of a fun subject, when you start to delve a little deeper into it, the study of the human past through the examination of material remains reveals a most fascinating field of study. The digs in the desert to find Egyptian mummies or old Viking tombs that Hollywood glamorizes certainly have their place, but there is more to archaeology than just the film-worthy stuff. You'd be forgiven for thinking that archaeology is a study of the past, those departed from life and the long forgotten. But, in reality, the discipline is a study of humans, and more specifically, human life. You see, it's important to understand how people lived before us, even if it was thousands of years ago. Some of the world's oldest but best-known civilizations, such as the Roman, Egyptian, Greek, or Mayan empires, give us an invaluable insight into how society has developed over the years. In other words, it shows us why we live and learn the way we do today, and the best thing is that there is always more to discover. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 3 fascinating recent archaeological discoveries. Amateur historians uncover long-lost World War I tunnel in France where 270 Germans were buried alive. During the Battle of the Chemin des Dames in 1917, several hundred German soldiers took refuge in an underground passage to escape the French guns. They didn't make it out alive, and this location became an enigma for more than a century. Halfway up the Cron Hill, 20 metres under the heavy soil of the Aisne, covered by a thick shroud of limestone and sand, await some 250 bodies of German soldiers buried in a tunnel a century ago. The position and the very existence of this tunnel have long been a mystery, an enigma finally solved in rather unorthodox conditions, which is a story within a story. The story is more than 100 years old, and, as the Volksbund, which is a German association that cares for German war graves, well remembers, it is one of the countless tragedies of the First World War. On May 4, 1917, more than 200 German soldiers were buried in the Winterberg Tunnel, near the Ladies' Road, by a French shell that closed the entrance. As the oxygen ran out, the men suffocated and lost their lives, or took their own lives. Only 3 soldiers held out long enough before they were rescued, a day before the ridge was occupied by French troops. One of these survivors, Karl Fisser, left a harrowing account of that agony. Everyone was begging for water, but in vain. A comrade lay on the ground beside me and croaked in a broken voice for someone to load his firearm. The names of the victims have been known since then, and their fate was documented, but their bodies were never recovered. Both the German Association and the French National Office of Former Combatants and War Victims, with French archaeologists, have been searching for years for the famous tunnel, researching archives, checking documents, and comparing historical maps with current topography to pinpoint the exact location of the tunnel. Now, at last, they believe they have found it. The site where the men of the 111th Reserve Infantry Regiment from the southern Baden region suffocated during the Second Battle of Aisne, and would have been on a wooded hillside near the French town of Cron, 160 kilometers northeast of Paris. Alain Malinovsky and his son Pierre, amateur historians, found the entrance to the tunnel and carried out an illegal excavation at the site they had identified. There they found firearms, ammunition, bayonets, and hundreds of gas mask canisters, as well as the remains of 2 soldiers. Pierre then plugged the hole and contacted the authorities. German and French experts have agreed to carry out further technical investigations in the spring. The risks posed by ammunition and chemical residues, which can come to light through earthworks, must be taken into account. When the results of these investigations are available, legal bodies will decide together with community representatives on the future of the Winterberg Tunnel. Beneath the Antarctic ice lies the remnants of lost continents. There are plenty of opportunities for new research to help us delve into the past and uncover elements of history that we may have never been familiar with before. A mapping of Antarctica completed in 2018 seemed to suggest that the remains of what was once an ancient continent could be sat deep below the Antarctic ice. The map showed eastern Antarctica as being divided into several cratons. Cratons are a big block out in the Earth's crust. It is the outermost layer to the layers of the Earth that forms the center, core, or the most important aspect of a continent. The lead author of the study, Jörg Ebbing, a geoscientist located at the Kiel University in Germany, explained that these ancient continents that seem to have been discovered can be traced all the way back to a supercontinent known as Gondwana. This could help to fill in some knowledge as to how Antarctica and these other continents linked to one another. Furthermore, this study's findings may be able to reveal several key facts about the tectonics, looking at how the plates interact with one another and what these divisions are, as well as looking at the relation and interaction between the land in Antarctica and the ice sheets. Ebbing continued, explaining that the ice, climate, and the distant location means that we admittedly have not got a whole host of information about Antarctica with regards to geology and what precisely is going on beneath the surface. For this study, the team used data obtained from the European Space Agency's Gravity Field and Steady-State Ocean Circulation Explorer. This data helped to fill in some questions left in the study. Another satellite data source was used to virtually remove the ice of Antarctica to catch a glimpse at the bedrock beneath it. It was this bedrock layer that uncovered the ancient continents that went into forming Gondwana. It is estimated that Gondwana separated 180 million years ago, and the continents that make up the continents in the southern hemisphere in our modern day were once what formed this supercontinent. The remaining aspects of the supercontinent could possibly be hiding beneath the Antarctic cold. Baby octopus grows hundreds of mysterious organs. Sometimes discoveries are made which scientists simply have no answer for. Recently, researchers have been investigating octopuses and the strange phenomena that occurs when they are young. When it comes to humans and many other animal species, the organs that we are born with are the ones that we have all of our lives, albeit not without a fair amount of growth and development throughout the lifespan. However, it seems that baby octopuses do not adhere to these rules, not by a long shot. Before octopuses are born, they are covered in hundreds of tiny organs that spread across every surface of their bodies, including even the innermost nooks, crannies, and pockets of skin. What is truly incredible is that these hundreds of organs are so small as to be microscopic, and they are entirely temporary. Known as Kulika's organs, or KOs, they cover the skin of the baby octopus in a broom-like formation that occasionally appears to be a small, folded umbrella. These umbrella-like additions are all capable of opening and blooming into a dandelion of bristle fibers. And then, for reasons that remain entirely mysterious to scientists, these KOs disappear long before the octopus reaches adulthood, never to be seen again. Recently, a study was conducted that attempted to get to the bottom of the purpose of KOs and discern what advantage they imparted on the young octopus. They also discovered that each KO organism is a uniform size, and when they bloomed into their fully expanded size, they increased the overall surface area of the octopus by up to 2/3. This has led researchers to hypothesize that the function of the KO has its roots in increasing the surface area of the octopus so that the surface-to-volume ratio also increases, which could prove useful when navigating the currents and even acting as a rudimentary propulsion mechanism for the young sea creatures. This would be useful for energy conservation and mobility, but so far there is little evidence to confirm this function as the true purpose of the KOs. Another hypothesis that resulted from the careful study of the mysterious microscopic organs suggests that the bloomed KOs can refract the light that filters through the ocean waves in much the same way that a prism would do. This would make them harder to spot and act as a form of camouflage, which would be especially useful when they are so young and vulnerable. The study also found that many of these octopus species that made their home in the dark depths of the ocean where light does not often reach never develop KOs, further supporting the camouflage hypothesis, as a light-refracting mechanism would be useless at such dark depths. However, the study was unable to pin down the exact cause of these strange organs, and it seems that their purpose is a secret that science will keep for a while longer. But what do you make of these recent discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.